Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again. This is going to be a live watch along as Arsenal face Manchester City in the Carabao Cup quarter final. Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the positive Arsenal channel. So it's going to be a live watch along Arsenal game tonight against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. Just in case you haven't heard, these are the team lineups for tonight. So it's actually Renarson in goal for Arsenal instead of Leno. A bit of a shock there. Looks like it might be a back four with Cedric, Gabriel, Mustafi, and Kolasinac. And three in midfield looks like it might be El Neni, Ceballos, Maitland-Niles, and then the front three, Willock, Martinelli, and Lacazette. So Martinelli gets a start. That's great news, isn't it? I thought it was going to be a bit earlier for him. I don't know whether you watched the show I did a couple of hours ago. We was previewing the game. We thought it might be too early for Martinelli, but he's in the starting lineup. Great news. For Manchester City, they've made quite a few changes as well. They've got their second choice goalkeeper, Stefan. Don't know too much about him. Looks like they've got a back four: Cancelo, Ruben Dias, Laporte, and Zinchenko left back. They've got Rodri and Fernandinho as their two sitting in midfield. Then Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, and Foden behind the striker Gabriel Jesus. On the bench, there's a few familiar names for both teams. Actually, obviously we've got Tierney, Pepe, Pablo Mari, and Ketia. It's good to see Smith Rowe and Balogun, isn't it, both on the bench for Arsenal tonight. And City as well have got quite a strong bench, haven't they? Walker, Stone, Sterling, Gundogan, Aguero, and Edison as well, of course, the goalkeeper and young Torres. So that's your teams tonight. That's your starting lineups and your substitutes. It's going to be a good game, I think, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. Arsenal could do with a victory, really, couldn't we? With all the problems that we've had in the Premier League, maybe we can relax a bit in this game without the pressure of the league games, or we found it really difficult. But of course, the big news for me is this guy starting, Gabriel Martinelli. Great news, that, isn't it? Of course, Man City have got a great record in this competition, haven't they? They've won it for the last 3 seasons. But as we spoke about on our show earlier, is Pep now this season more interested in the Champions League? I do think he might be. Maybe his focus isn't going to be so much on this competition this season. But we'll see. I mean, he's a reasonably strong Manchester City team, but whatever team they put out, it's going to be strong with the squad that they've got. In the meantime, while we're waiting for kickoff, which is about 5 minutes away, it's going out live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. So wherever you're watching it, please give it a like straight away if you can. It doesn't cost anything to like it. And also as well, nip over to YouTube as well and subscribe to the channel. Again, that's free as well. A free subscription. What more can you ask for? Lifetime subscription to my videos. I mean, it's Christmas as well, isn't it? So there you go. You get a two for the price of one offer. They're both free. You can like and subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny. I've got my Christmas tree up as well, so I think that deserves a like and a few extra subscriptions as well, doesn't it? That would be much appreciated. And I say I might be a little bit behind again with the feed, as I tend to be sometimes with these games, but I'm sure it'll still be enjoyable. I just want to join in. If you want to join in with the show, drop some comments in the box. Great to hear from you guys as well that's watching. Let me know what you're making of the game as we're going along, and the team lineups as well. The team's just coming out now. Arsenal in their red kit, the home kit, which I was going to wear, but instead I've got it on display, as you can see, just behind me, along with the other two kits, and the Burkamp one, of course, from 2006. Of course, it's good that we're at home, isn't it? I think playing away at the Etihad would have been really difficult. We've not got a great record there, have we, in recent years? And of course, we did lose 1-0 earlier this season there. So I'm a bit surprised by the goalkeeping situation, actually. I thought that Bernardo would play in this game. But there are quite a lot of changes. Say, Squadron Mustafi's in, Kolasinac is in. In fact, Sky have just got it up that looks like a free defender, a free man centre back with Mustafi, Gabriel, and Kolasinac, and then 5 across midfield with Lacazette and Martinelli both up front. I'm not sure if that's how actually we're going to be lining up, if I'm honest. I think Martinelli might be more on the left-hand side, Lacazette in the middle, and maybe Willock on the right. But we'll see, or maybe Maitland-Niles on the right. But we'll see once the game starts. We'll have more of an idea of exactly how we are going to be set up in this game. Man City, of course, playing their usual system. They've got Fernandinho and Rodri sitting in front of the back 4, and then the 3 in front of them. Of course, Mahrez is a dangerous player, isn't he? Always causes us problems. And they've got, of course, Gabriel, Jesus up front. Of course, with Christmas coming up, I suppose it's fitting, isn't it, that Jesus is in the team. All right, Kevin, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Yeah, the tree is up. I thought, you know what, if I was going to wait for Arsenal to win, it would never go up, would it? This is the last game we've got before Christmas, so I thought I'll put the tree up just to try and get in the spirit of it, and hopefully it might rub off on the team tonight, and we might be able to put in a performance to celebrate my tree going up, which will be nice. And if Martinelli scores, the club will be after him, but I do think he's tied into a long-term contract, and let's hope that he can get his match fitness back. Sometimes it can take a little while to really get back up to speed again, having been out for such a long time. But let's hope he can do that quickly in this game tonight, get a goal, and really help us to push forward. It'd be great to get to the semi-final of this competition. I know it's not the main priority, is it, in the season to win the League Cup, but we haven't won it for a number of years. In fact, we've got quite a poor record in it overall, haven't we? And of course, Man City did beat us in the final in 2018, the last time we were in the final of this game. So it's going to be Man City kick-off, actually. They're attacking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank at the Emirates, if you're familiar with the stadium. So Arsenal will be attacking the clock end, which is normally where the away fans would be. Of course, on a big cup night, Man City would have had a big following behind that goal at the clock end, wouldn't they? But of course, no fans, of course, in London's in Tier 4. So Man City have got us underway then. I may be just slightly behind, but they're just knocking the ball around at the minute across their back line. It's Laporte at the moment with the ball. Actually, it was Ruben Dias, sorry. Laporte's got the ball now. Man City, I say, just comfortably knocking around. Arsenal aren't pressing again. They don't tend to press very high early on, do they? For some reason, and maybe in the second half we tend to press more. But anyway, Martinelli is looking to close down there, but Rodri, it was good interception there on the far side. Arsenal's left by Willock, I believe, is out on that side. No, he isn't. No, it was Maitland-Niles. Sorry, Maitland-Niles is over on the left. Willock's looks more over on the right, or a little bit more central actually. Lacazette looks like he's up front on his own. Martinelli's on the left as well. So it looks like Maitland-Niles is left wing back with Martinelli just in front of him. Willock looks like he's on this right-hand side in front of Cedric Suarez, with El Neni and Ceballos sitting in the middle. And then, of course, the 3 centre-halves, which is Kolasinac, Gabriel and Mustafi. So Pablo Mari is on the bench, actually. So I don't know whether or not he's thinking of using him maybe in some of these big games coming up over Christmas. Of course, they are big games for us as well, aren't they? Chelsea on Boxing Day, again at the Emirates, and then 2 away games against Brighton and West Brom. Never thought we'd be saying that, but 2 relegation 6-pointers over Christmas. Well, how the mighty have fallen. You have to say that's quite a shocking turnaround that we've had. Mark's in the chat as well. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're well. Let's hope it's a good performance from Arsenal tonight. Man City now currently building down this near side of the left. Zinchenko to the byline. Puts a dangerous cross in. They've scored. They've scored already. Jesus. What a simple goal that was. It was a cross from the left-hand side from Zinchenko into the 6-yard box, and there was nobody there. There was no defenders inside. I don't know where everybody was. Easy header from Jesus. And at Christmas, Jesus, we give a gift to Jesus. And already we are 1-0 down, just 2.5 minutes gone. And it was a decent cross in but in between the two defenders, terrible defending that was. I mean, it was an all right ball. The goalkeeper got nowhere near it. Actually, I'd blame the goalkeeper for that, as Kevin's actually just put that, as I say. Yeah, the goalkeeper should definitely have dealt with that. He was very slow reacting. And that's the problem with an inexperienced goalkeeper. I mean, he's looked a bit dodgy in a couple of these Europa League games that he's played. Now Mari's on the bench, actually. I don't know why he's not played instead of Mustafi, but anyway, or Kalazan actually would have been a better option than both of them two. But anyway, you never know what goes through Arteta's mind when it comes to his team selections, do we? But I'll say the goalkeeper, looking at the replay of that, the goalkeeper was definitely at fault for that goal. I suppose the only positive we can look at is it's so early in the game, isn't it? Just 2.5 minutes played. We've got plenty of time to get ourselves back into it. But how many times have Man City run away with games at the Emirates in the first half? Twice they've led 3-0 at half time. So we have to be aware of that as well. So far, we haven't even strung any passes together. It's been all Man City. Jesus has just spun off Mustafi down his left-hand side. He's into the penalty area now, plays it back. It's clipped into the box there from by Rodri, but Arsenal managed to deal with that one and clear it away towards Martinelli, who's put pressure on. It goes back towards the goalkeeper, but Martinelli couldn't quite get there. That was almost going to remind me of the goal he scored at Chelsea last year. This looks like it was going to be a similar goal, but the goalkeeper was out there. Their second choice goalkeeper as well. It is Stefan. Apparently, he's played all the 3 League Cup games. I've not really heard of him. I've got to be honest. I've not seen him play before, so I don't know how good he is. I had a Man City fan on earlier on our show, the preview show, Michael, and he was saying that he was quite happy with the fact that he's played. He wouldn't have any problems with him playing. So, but we'll see. We haven't put him under any sort of pressure yet. But that is a poor goal to concede. Actually, I don't know what the goalkeeper's doing. It's dreadful. He's got nowhere near it. It wasn't great defending by the two centre halves either. The ball's gone right through the middle of them. But even so, it wasn't great goalkeeping at all. He should have come and dealt with that quite comfortably on the edge of the 6-yard box. Man City again coming down this left-hand side. Again, it's with Jesus. But Man City have given it away to Willock. And Willock's done well, actually, down this near side. Plays the ball inside to Lacazette. Inside the centre circle, plays it out to the left-hand side, the far side to make the Niles and back into El Neni. No, it's true, it won't. But I mean, I suppose wins do help build a little bit of momentum, don't they? And get through to another cup semi-final. We've had a lot, haven't we, in the last few years? So it'd be nice to be in a semi-final. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of difference to the league games because, like you said, this isn't a team that's going to probably play on Boxing Day, very many of them. Oh, there's a shot there from distance there from Fernandinho. Again, the goalie looked a bit slow getting down to it, but it went wide, thankfully. The goalie worries me a lot, I must be honest. I mean, it was always going wide, I guess, but even so, he worries me, the goalkeeper. It was well wide, actually, in the end, from Fernandinho. But this has been, actually, it's a corner. It must have got a deflection. Foden takes a corner into the near post, but it wasn't a great delivery, actually. And Lacazette's able to head it away. Martinelli's working so hard up there. That's the second time he's really chased out. He's the only one who's doing it, though. I'm sure that won't last much longer because he'll get tired of doing that, I would have thought, on his own. But anyway, maybe that's what it needs. It needs somebody to take responsibility in the team. And it's going to be a teenager by the look of it once again. Quite often it's Bukayo Saka, isn't it, who takes that responsibility for the team. And this looks like it's going to be Martinelli tonight. Not sure if he can keep this intensity up for a full game, bearing in mind he hasn't played it's his first start, I think, since March. So it's been a long time out. It's been a long time waiting for him to come back into the side. Let's hope he can make a difference because we know what a great player he is, what potential he's got. And he did score a lot of goals for us last season. And Arsenal, they're trying to win the ball back inside the centre circle. Not quite sure what's happened to me feed. I'll see if I can get another one. It's just kind of got a bit weird, that one, but anyway, see if I can find a better feed and we can carry on. Oh yeah, I've got another one now, so hopefully this one might be a little bit more reliable. It was a good picture, the other one, but it wasn't really working particularly well. So yeah, I say Martinelli. We know how good he's going to be, and it's great to have him back and fit. The fact that he's rushing him into the starting 11 so soon after his first game back at the weekend tends to suggest that desperation a little bit. But anyway, let's hope that he doesn't get injured again. I hope it's not another Thomas Partey situation when he was rushed back before he was completely ready. But certainly Martinelli started this game quite lively, but it's been all Man City so far. In fact, we've barely been out of our own half in the first 8.5 minutes. And it is still 1-0 to City. That very early goal after 2.5 minutes. City are just popping the ball around. It's too easy for them. And we don't look as though we've got anything about us to get back into this game at the moment. But it is still early days, and I'm sure we will get an opportunity here and there as we go along. It's just like we can keep ourselves in the game. I mean, feed's got a bit weird again anyway. But okay, we're back. We're back with a decent feed. So yeah, so I'd say we don't look at this moment in time as though we've got enough about us to get back in this game. Almost look as though we're scared of them. I've got to be honest. At this moment in time, we're sitting off them. We're allowing them to have the ball. I don't know whether this is Mikel Arteta's tactic. Of course, it worked to a certain degree in the FA Cup game, didn't it? In the semi-final last year, but we were in a lot better form then than we are now, certainly. I do feel as though if we lose this game and then we don't win any of our games over Christmas, I'm not sure if Arteta's going to last into the new year, unfortunately. Oh, Renarsson there nearly took a risk inside the 6-yard box. Tried to, I think he was an outfield player, but he got away with it, actually. I think it might have been Jesus who was closing him down. He did get away with it now. It's at the other end with the Manchester City goalkeeper, Stefan, and he looks quite comfortable with the ball at his feet as well. Of course, Edison's probably the master, isn't he? With the ball at his feet, he does think he's an outfield player. And he could probably play in our midfield, actually, Edison. Maybe that could be an option at some point. He'd probably be better than all our midfield put together. There's a long ball over the top there looking for Jesus. He couldn't quite get the ball under his control there. It's gone all the way through to Renarsson, who's just rolled it out to El Neni on the edge of the penalty area. Now we go forward. We've given the ball away there. That was very sloppy from Martinelli, actually. He's won it back. Actually, no, it was Ceballos, sorry. Ceballos, he just won it back. He gave it away and he worked hard, actually, to win it back. So well done, Danny Ceballos. That was great work there. And again, El Neni's driving forward, plays it out to the far side. Arsenal's left with Said Kolasinac. He's looking for a runner. It was a poor ball. It's gone straight out for a throw. He was looking for Martinelli, but it wasn't a very good ball. Martinelli, for me, looked really good down that left-hand side, didn't he, last season when he played over there? He was dangerous cutting in and obviously as well getting into good positions inside the penalty and finishing moves off as well. So let's hope that he can do something tonight because we need a little bit of inspiration. It's been a very poor first 10, 11 minutes here. And Arsenal are trailing 1-0 to that very early goal from Jesus. Terrible goalkeeping from young Renarsson. So he does worry me that kid. I'm afraid he doesn't quite look ready for what we need. We're not going to really mention too much about goalkeepers that we don't have anymore, though. We need to concentrate on the one that we do, and he's not quite good enough. But Arsenal won a corner. It was good work by Willock there. He chased down Laporte and forced him to give away a corner. It's our first corner, the first time we've really been in Man City's half, actually. Let's see if we can make the most of this. We've mentioned it before, where we've got this new set-piece coach now at the club, and we're not quite sure what he's been doing. So let's have a look and see here if we can put a good delivery. Of course, Gabriel scored a couple of goals, hasn't he, from set pieces? So let's see if he can get another one. He is in the penalty area at the moment, along with Mustafi as well. They're just sort of by the penalty spot, a little bit further back. The corner from this near side, Arsenal's right. It's going to be Danny Ceballos to take it. It's into the near post. Lacazette it was trying to flick it on. I don't know if he was going for goal or trying to flick it on, but anyway, it was poor. And Lacazette is actually wearing the captain's armband tonight as well. Might as well try. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's probably what we are. We're kind of Man City's. We got Man City's second choice coach, and I suppose we are the the pound shop version of Man City, aren't we? I guess. Um, but anyway, I mean, this game so far has been men against boys, if we're honest. Completely dominant from Manchester City, and they've rested a lot of players as well, like we have. So it's not like it's their strongest side, is it? So it just goes to show how far behind we are and how much work there is needed to be done at the club if we're going to get anywhere near challenging for the things that matter. It's a good ball in from Man City again. I think it was a ball inside, looking for Bernardo Silva inside the penalty area, just on the right hand side. But it was just over. He just couldn't quite get his foot around it. He let it run across him, and then he couldn't quite wrap his foot around it. But it was João Cancelo there with a goal with the ball. Sorry. Well, we are losing at the moment. Yes, I know we are, but it's early days. Come on, let's try and be positive and stuff like that. You know, I think we might end up turning this around still, but we need to play a lot better than this, won't we? Man City look as though they're toying with us, if we're totally honest, at this moment in time. Gabriel again on the far side, working really, really hard. Actually, no, it's Denis Ceballos again. I keep getting them confused. I haven't got a very clear picture, so if I get some of the players wrong, you'll have to forgive me. Gabriel went in there. It looks like he's took a bit of a knock there to the side of the head, going in for a header on the edge of the box. He had to get there first, and he did, but he's took a knock from Jesus, who's protesting his innocence. He did come in a bit late, Jesus, here, actually. I would have thought that's probably worthy of a booking, but anyway, it's not been given as a booking. It is a free kick, though. But anyway, Gabriel's okay, which is the main thing. And we did get a free kick there, and now the ball's played out to this near side with Cedric Suarez about 2 yards in from this near touchline, and it's now gone all the way back to Renarson again. He does look a little bit more comfortable with his feet. And just as I say that, he passes the ball straight to Rodri. And Man City now have the ball back inside the centre circle. So it was a poor bit of distribution there, actually, from Renarson. But I mean, this is poor. You've got to be honest. This is really, really poor from Arsenal so far. I mean, Man City haven't got out of second gear, and they've been comfortable. They haven't needed to get out of second gear. I mean, I don't like to think about it. I don't want to say it, but this is looking like the sort of performance that gets a manager the sack. Anyway, Man City again are attacking down this near side. It was Zinchenko, of course, who set up the goal. He's got the ball again. Arsenal now starting to press a little bit more with a little bit more urgency. Finally, it took them 16 minutes to start waking up and realising that if we're going to get anything from this game, we've got to stop Man City being this comfortable in possession of the ball. It was a flicked effort there from Foden, who got onto the edge of the box under pressure. He flicked the ball up, and it's gone harmlessly through to Renarson, who's just put the ball on the floor, plays a short ball out to El Neni just on the edge of the area. Comes to this near side to Mustafi. Mustafi clips a long ball over the top, actually. It was looking for Joe Willock, but it's going to just bounce harmlessly out of play for a throw to Man City. And that kind of sums up the first 16, 17 minutes of Arsenal. Really, really poor. And that pass from Mustafi there kind of summed it up, really. A pass to nobody. We need something to change very quickly in this game, as much as anything else. Long ball forward from Man City there, and it was headed back by Kolasinac. It's gone back towards Renarson, who's about 10 yards outside the penalty area, plays it into Denis Ceballos. He then finds Mustafi. It's come back to Cedric Suarez there on his near side. He plays it inside to Lacazette, who's inside his own half. It goes to Denis Ceballos, who plays it out to the left-hand side towards Kolasinac, but it wasn't a great pass. It's gone straight out for a throw into Man City. When we've got the ball, we need to keep it, because we're not keeping it for very long, and then just the pressure's back on us again. Or Martinelli closes down the goalkeeper. Again, Martinelli working really hard. We've won the ball back, actually. It's Denis Ceballos now, breaking through towards the edge area. Lacazette, he tried to feed it through to Willock, but Willock was half asleep, and he didn't react to it at all. And Man City dealt with it. If Willock had been alive to that pass there, he would have been in with an opportunity there. It was a decent ball actually from Lacazette, trying to just feed him through a small space, but Willett just didn't react at all. And Man City were able to clear the ball. We've got it back. We're still inside our own half. It's with El Neni at the moment playing as the deepest lying player actually, and he's forced backwards to Mustafi now, and to Gabriel, and it's going to go back to Renarsson. Man City pressing as well. Renarsson's just kicked it out again. Dear oh dear, that's twice now. Two clearances in a row from the goalkeeper have gone. One went straight to a Man City player. That one's just gone straight out for a throw. But we've won the ball back, and Maitland-Niles now on the left-hand side gets himself out of trouble. Gets the ball back from Ceballos into El Neni. This is a bit better from Arsenal. At least we've strung 2 or 3 passes together. Lacazette's now won the ball, but he's been muscled off it. But it is a free kick in the end. I think it was probably for the first challenge. But actually, the referee, I think, it's allowed play to go on. Arsenal now have El Neni looking to try to create something here. We're still inside our own half, though. We're not really going anywhere. Lacazette's very deep again. Plays the ball out to the left-hand side to Kolasinac on this far touchline. Plays it inside to Maitland-Niles. He has a run. He's held up briefly by Cancelo, but he does get a cross into the box. It's flicked on. Oh, and Cedric's rival's coming in around the back, actually, but the goalkeeper did well, read the situation, and claimed the ball. But that was better from Arsenal. That's our first real decent move that we've put together in this game. It was a good ball in, actually, from the left-hand side. I think it was Kolasinac who put the ball in. Well, yeah, I must admit, he looks absolutely dreadful at this moment in time. I mean, taking him off, that's a big call, isn't it? When you think you can only bring on 3 subs and using one for replacing your goalkeeper, that would be a big call, wouldn't it? I don't think it will happen, but he's looked terrible, hasn't he, so far in this game? It was a fault for the goal, and his distribution has been dreadful. Let's hope it's not going to bad. Let's hope we can get a couple of goals in. Lacazette there pressed Rodri there and won the ball back, but City are now just knocking it around at the back. It's played out to the far side to Cancelo, who plays it into Silva and gets it back. You know, even when it's not Man City's first choice 11, they still pass the ball really well, don't they? They're coming forward again down the right-hand side. Oh, it's fell into Mahrez inside the box, but El Neni blocked his shot. And it's gone out for a corner to Man City. Good play that again from City, though. They got forward well. In fact, I think it was Foden who pulled the ball back. He did really well, actually. He found Mahrez, and his shot was blocked by El Neni. And it's gone out for a corner to Man City, just as the stream decides to freeze as well. But yeah, that was a good move from Man City again. But so it was a good block from El Neni, defended that well. I say it is a corner to Man City, which Mahrez is going to go over to take. Let's hope we can defend this, because if we go 2-0 down, I think that's game over. Hi, Russ. How you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. It's not been great, has it, so far? Oh, again, the goalie was very slow reacting. There's a header from Laporte, actually, from that corner. He did well, actually. The goalkeeper, again, was slow getting across. Luckily, it went wide. I don't think he was going to get there if it was on target. He seemed very slow reacting. In fact, he might have just made it. At least was it 3? I thought it was 2.5 minutes. I don't even think we did make 3 minutes. But anyway, luckily we've gone quite a long time within this first half without conceding another goal. But I'm sure it won't be long in coming if the first 20 odd minutes are anything to go by. But we'll see. It's been far too easy for Man City this game so far. We've only had that one real opportunity. There's a good move down the far side, our left-hand side. Again, it's always our best side, isn't it? But there comes Jesus again. It was a foul there from El Neni. It was a tackle from behind. He's got a yellow card. He doesn't seem happy about it, but I'm not really sure what he's got to complain about, because it was a tackle from behind. He may well have got the ball, He didn't get the ball. He didn't get the ball at all. So he can't have any complaints at all about the free kick or the yellow card. He was nowhere near the ball, actually. I don't really know what he was complaining about. It's a dangerous situation, this now, for Man City, because it's just on the edge of the box, slightly to the left of the goal. It's about, 5 yards outside the penalty area, if that. Be a really good opportunity, this, for Man City. They've got a few players who are standing over the ball. Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Zinchenko. This could be a test for the goalkeeper here. There's a lot of players in the wall, but Mahrez can probably get this over and down, I would have thought, from here. But we'll see. Let's hope we can defend this. It is going to be Mahrez. It hit the wall. It's gone out for a corner. The wall did its job there. If it had gone over the wall, it would have been the opposite side to where an Arsenal was standing as well. So I don't know if he definitely wouldn't have got there. But the wall did its job anyway. It's gone out for another corner. Of course, Man City nearly scored from the last corner, didn't they? That header that went just wide. This one's going to be taken by Foden on this near side, which is Man City's left. It's an outswinger, but it's too far. It's headed out by Kolasinac, but Mahrez was out there winning the ball. Actually, Kolasinac did well there against Mahrez. He conceded a throw-in, but it could have obviously been a lot worse. This is about 5 yards inside from the touchline on that far side. It's a lofted ball in towards a penalty area, but it's cleared by Arsenal. It's Cedric Suarez here in the right back position. Plays a long ball forward towards Lacazette. He's beaten in the air, and Arsenal don't even win the second ball either. It's very, very poor, this, from Arsenal. Really, really poor. And Mustafi's then conceded a stupid free kick on Jesus, and he's going to get himself a yellow card as well. It's his frustration. Some silly challenges there. Again, Mustafi's complaining. I don't know what he's complaining about. He grabs him and pulls him down. I mean, what can you, that's a yellow card all day long. Now we've got two of our important players in this team and now on yellow cards. Obviously, a central defender and a central midfield player. And we've only played 25 minutes. We've had enough sendings off, haven't we, in the last few games? We don't really need any more. But anyway, I mean, Man City do what Man City do. They don't put a long ball forward. They just keep possession, playing it around, trying to suck us in. And again, it's Martinelli, the only one who's really putting the effort in this game to close down or do anything. It really, really is poor. Gabriel now, the goalkeeper comes out, but Mustafi takes it off him with a header, and now he's miles out of his goal. This could be dangerous. Danny Ceballos does well actually to win the ball, and then the referee's going to give a free kick against him on Mahrez. It's hard being positive, isn't it? This has been a dreadful performance. You know, I mean, the league games are something different. This is a one-off cup game. It's an opportunity to get to a semi-final. And if the players aren't up for it and aren't motivated for that, then they shouldn't be at the club. They shouldn't even be playing professional football. It's a dangerous ball in from that free kick from Man City, but it was looking for Laporte, but I think it's been cleared away for a corner. I think it might have been Joe Willock that got the touch. In fact, it looks like a goal kick, but I think he's given a credit. It was Rodri actually. But anyway, it's going to be a corner again. Maybe a little bit harsh. I thought it looked more like a goal kick. It looked like Rodri got the ball, but anyway, it's going to be a corner from the far side. There's a bit of pushing and shoving in the penalty area. An Arsenal player's gone down. I think it's Danny Ceballos holding his face. Not quite sure what happened there. I didn't see it, if I'm honest, but I'm sure the replay will show. I don't think there's VAR in the Carabao Cup, is there? But anyway, Danny Ceballos is holding his face. Let's hope it's not an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment. It was hardly touched. Oh dear. I mean, yes, he did push him in the face, but it was nothing really. Anyway, the corner comes in. It's another dangerous ball. It's headed wide by Cancelo, I think it is. Again, it wasn't particularly well defended by Arsenal. He did sort of slap him across the face, but I mean, there was no need for that reaction. A little bit sneaky from Fernandinho, if you're honest, but anyway, he made the most of it. Daddy Ceballos definitely didn't hurt that much as he was pretending it did. And I even think if VAR was involved, it wouldn't have done a lot about that because there was nothing really in that was too bad, really. I don't think. Mustafi then just hoofs the ball away high towards halfway line. Get it flicked on by Martinelli. Looks like he got caught there. Seems to be slightly injured in that challenge, but he's going to be fine, I'm sure. He's literally the only hope that I feel in this game that we've got, Martinelli. He's the only one who looks like he's bothered. Unfortunately, the rest of them don't seem to be. They just seem to be strolling around. And so it's been far too easy for Man City. 28 minutes gone. And yeah, too easy. Much too easy. Danny Ceballos and sort of did a little bit of a press on the goalkeeper, but it wasn't enough of a press at all now. Kolasinac has got the ball, plays it back to the goalkeeper. What will his distribution be like this time? He goes long this time. Probably the best thing to do. Again, Martinelli's putting pressure on the Man City defence. Does really well there, actually. And we managed to win the ball back. That was literally down to Martinelli's work rate there. And I think we might have a free kick, actually. Lacazette's down, holding his back as he went for that challenge. I'm not even sure if it's a free kick, actually. But anyway, we'll see the replay here. Oh, he did get a knee in the back, actually. It's one of the ones that hurts. I'm not sure whether or not we got a free kick for that. I don't think we did. In fact, we haven't. I'm not sure what the referee's doing. He's got the ball in his hands and he's just giving it back to Man City. So we didn't even get a free kick for that, even though we just need Lacazette in the back. But anyway, never mind. So half an hour played, it is still Manchester City leading 1-0. A very, very early goal. Bit of a catalogue of errors really from Arsenal. Of course, on the bench there is Balogun and Smith Rowe, two players that might be able to give us a little bit something a bit extra. You know, with Martinelli as well, that could be a nice little front three for the second half, couldn't it? Smith Rowe, Balogun, and Martinelli. What a great front three that would be. And I think I don't know if you're agreeing with me or if we've just scored. Martinelli puts a cross in. Oh, the goalkeeper comes there and punches. But it's come back again to Martinelli to the byline on the left-hand side. He whips it into the cross. Lacazette, he scored. It's 1-1. Lacazette finally gets a goal. It was a great cross, actually, from that left-hand side. It's the first shot on target that we've had. We put it away. The first cross came in. The goalkeeper punched it. He didn't go very far. It comes back to Martinelli. He's been our brightest player. A great cross in there. And Lacazette just got in front of his man to direct the header the other side of the post. Martinelli with the assist. That was a good header, actually, from Lacazette. The ball was slightly behind him. He managed to twist his head around and get it into the corner of the net. That's a decent header, that, actually, and a great cross from Martinelli. He's been our best player by an absolute mile, and he's only touched the ball about 4 times. Just kind of to show where we are. A glitch in the matrix, yeah, quite possibly, but it's the right sort of glitch that we want. Lacazette can't believe he scored. He did look quite surprised that he went in, didn't he? But anyway, it has gone in. 30 minutes gone, and it is 1-1. Maybe that's the lift that we needed because we've been poor actually so far. But that was a bit of quality there from Martinelli. Got down the left-hand side, put in 2 good crosses actually. The first one, the goalkeeper punched out. He got it back from Danny Ceballos, I think it was. Got to the byline and chipped a lovely ball into the 6-yard box. As I say, Lacazette with a good header across the goalkeeper into the far corner. Well worked goal, well taken, and finally we've actually strung together a decent move in this game, and it's paid off. Again, a bit like our goal, it wasn't great defending from Man City, if we're honest, but let's give credit to the attacking play there from Arsenal, particularly from Gabriel Martinelli again. What a player this guy is. Now we're looking to break again. It's Joe Willock inside the centre circle, breaking forward. He needs a bit of support on the right-hand side. He's got it now from Cedric Suarez, who plays it back to him, but the ball's not that great. Laporte comes across and puts it out for a throw to Arsenal on this near side. So Lacazette's finally scored after a long time. Was his last goal at Liverpool? Was that the last goal he scored? I think it was, wasn't it? All the way back in, was that September, possibly? Anyway, he's finally got a goal. Gabriel now tries to play a ball over the top, looking for Martinelli, but we win the second ball that time. It was Willock. It's come out to this near side with Cedric Suarez, beats Jesus to the ball. Willock actually does well there to hold off a challenge and plays it back to Elneny. This is better from Arsenal, actually. We've looked a lot better since the goal. Danny Ceballos now plays it out to this near side again. Cedric Suarez, can he whip a ball in? He does whip a ball. It's a decent ball as well. Gabriel was there. It hasn't gone out. It's headed back into the penalty area by Kolasinac. Falls to Ceballos now in the edge of the box, but no, it's gone out. It must have gone out for a goal kick in the end. There's Martinelli there with a header. At least he's dangerous with crosses, isn't he? He can get on the end of crosses. He looks knackered, actually, which isn't surprising. So it's his first game for a while. And what work rate he's shown already in this opening 35 minutes. Set up the goal. He was a bit unlucky there, actually. It was the cross was just slightly too high for him, but he managed to get a little header on it, but he couldn't get any power or direction, and it went wide. And I thought Kolasinac had kept it in, but he hadn't. Well, that's a poor clearance there from the Man City goalkeeper. Comes straight to Willock. It's in the penalty to Ceballos, to Lacazette. Tries to thread it back through to Ceballos, but it's gone through to the goalkeeper. New contract for Arteta. Well, I think he's already had a new contract, hasn't he? Ages ago. I think it's a year ago today, isn't it, that he took over, or is it tomorrow? It's around about this time, isn't it? So will it be a happy anniversary for Arteta, a year in the job? It's been a mixed year, hasn't it, if we're honest? I mean, I will be doing a video about that later on over the next week or so, looking back on 2020, actually, of course, the first year of Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. So it has been a bit of a mixed bag. But if we can maybe finish the year strongly, could set us up nicely for the new year, couldn't it? Maybe better times ahead, not just for us at Arsenal, but for everyone in general, because 2020 has been a very difficult year, hasn't it? You know, we've almost made it through. Let's hope that the new year brings something a bit different and better for all of us. But you know, in terms of Arsenal, it needs to be a lot better, doesn't it? Certainly in the Premier League. But we've got a semi-final to look forward to. Still a long way to go in this game. It is 1-1. Of course, this is decided on the night, isn't it? I don't even think there's extra time. I don't know if anybody knows for certain, if anyone can confirm. Is it extra time or is it straight to penalties? I think it might be straight to penalties from what I remember about the competition. But I'm trying to remember the Liverpool game, because, of course, we won that on penalties, didn't we? Yeah, I think it was straight to penalty. I don't think there is extra time, is there? So not that we should be thinking about that quite yet. There's still a long way to go. We've still got another 9 minutes of this first half, plus the whole of the second half. And we have got this dodgy goalkeeper who, again, has just kicked the ball out of play. Actually, no, he didn't. It was kept in. No, it wasn't kept in. So, again, he's kicked it straight out of play. That's 3 or 4 times he's done that now. He was looking for Maitland-Niles on that far touchline. I don't know whether that's been a tactic to try and do that. But anyway, again, Man City have keeping possession of the ball. He's with Zinchenko down this left-hand side. He just exchanges passes with Gabriel Jesus and gets it back, and then pops the ball inside to Laporte, who switches it over to the far side towards Mahrez, but Kolasinac has read it well, headed it away towards Martinelli. Again, worked so hard. What a great player he is. I know I keep saying it, but he's just fantastic. He is. But Man City have still got the ball now, midway inside the Arsenal half. Fernandinho crosses a crossfield ball to Zinchenko on this near side, plays it back to Jesus. Gabriel puts him under pressure, but it still comes out. It's a great ball over the top there. An Arsenal player slipped. I think it was Maitland-Niles slipped there. It looked a bit of a dangerous situation, but we've managed to deal with it. And now we look to get a breakaway. But again, Man City win the ball back in midfield. We're just not keeping hold of it enough in this game whatsoever. Gabriel Jesus has now got the ball again. Again, he's confronted by Joe Willock this time. It goes back to Laporte again. He's looking for a ball over the top, but it's, I don't know if that was a shot or a cross, but it was quite comfortable for an Arsenal, who this time managed to deal with it without too many problems. Let's see what his distribution's like this time. I don't know if you was aware, of course, the earlier game in this competition, the first quarter final was Brentford against Newcastle. Of course, it was Brentford that won that game. Bit of a surprise there. So Brentford are the first team into the semi-final. Of course, they'll be underdogs. But at least there is a team that potentially we might be able to beat in there. Although I say they just beat Newcastle, so who knows? But here come Arsenal again down this far side, the left-hand side. It was Kolasinac that time with the cross, which was cut out. Man City looking for Jesus, but El Nenny's done well there to beat him, and then pops a little ball off to Cedric Suarez down this near side. He doesn't want to take on Zinchenko, and in fact, it goes all the way backwards. He could have probably tried to knock it past him, and he clearly didn't have the confidence to do that. I mean, Zinchenko, I don't think is the greatest defender, is he? So that was an opportunity, maybe. Anyway, Kolasinac has now got the ball on the far side, plays it back to Gabriel. He plays it square to Mustafi. Put under pressure there from Jesus. He rushes his pass back to Renarsson, but he does okay, and he kicks it up towards halfway. Joe Willock was underneath it, but he lost out to Zinchenko. Now Willock's got it again, but he was easily taken off him by Rodri. But Man City have given the ball away to Ceballos now. Arsenal coming forward. Again, it's down his left-hand side. Maitland-Niles just to the left-hand side of the penalty area. It's gone out. I think it's going to be a goal kick. It came back off Maitland-Niles. He's a bit unlucky there, actually, to be fair. But Man City gave the ball away inside the centre circle, and we broke quite quickly there. Ceballos did well, fed Maitland-Niles, but he couldn't quite get past the defender, and the ball bounced off him for a goal kick. So we're into the last 5 minutes now of the first half. It's been better from Arsenal after a really, really poor start. And then we got the goal, and since the goal, we've looked a lot more brighter. So maybe that's given everybody a lift, a little bit more confidence. But I'm still worried every time Man City come forward because one young, inexperienced goalkeeper isn't having the best of games, and defensively we still look quite shaky. But anyway, we're just giving away a free kick there. We know the referee's allowed play to go on. Mahrez has got the ball about 40 yards from goal, plays it out to this left-hand side to Gabriel Jesus, cuts inside, finds Mahrez again, exchanges passes. This is nice from Man City, and Jesus is in. Actually, that's a great save from Renarsson. I don't think he was offside there either. A really good save, actually, from Renarsson. Made up for his earlier mistake there. It's a lovely bit of play from Man City. He absolutely ripped us apart on the edge of the box. Some nice passing between Gabriel, Mahrez, and I think it was Foden. Suddenly Gabriel was free about 8 yards out, and quick reactions from Renarsson. Actually, he did really well there. That was a great save, and that could actually be a crucial save as well. We don't really want to concede a goal. He's close to half time, but now Martinelli's looking to break away for Arsenal down the far side. He does really well again. What a great first half he's had. You wouldn't think he hadn't played for 6 months or 7 months, whatever it is, since his last game. It might be longer than that, actually. In fact, last time he played, there was a full stadium, so it shows how long ago it was. Cedric Suarez now on this right-hand side. It's not a very good cross at all, though. It's gone straight out for a goal kick. But yeah, could be a big moment in this game, that save there from Renarsson. That was lovely play from Man City on the edge of our penalty area. Little flick through from Foden. He spread himself well, the goalkeeper there, actually. Gabriel's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Got a whole goal to aim at. It's a good save, actually, to be fair to him. A really good save. Hopefully that'll give him a bit of confidence because he's looked really, really shaky so far. But hopefully that's going to be the turning point for him in this game. Because I think he needed a big save, and he's just made one. That was outstanding work, actually, there from Renarsson. Arsenal are looking to come forward again, but it wasn't a great ball. Easily bounced away from Lacazette into the arms of the Manchester City goalkeeper. Now, Man City are looking to break away. It's with Bernardo Silva. Plays the ball through, but Renarsson's out of his goal quickly again, just as Mahrez was closing in. And again, it was comfortable save there for the goalkeeper. Did well. Maybe it was just nerves at the beginning there, lead to a few mistakes, but maybe he's settled down a bit now. I'm sure that save will do him a world of good, actually. At the moment, El Nenny's got the ball, plays it forward towards Willock. Now it's gone back to Mustafi on the edge of the penalty area. He's put under pressure a little bit, which is always a worry, but a hurried clearance of Man City, win it back. Foden there, pings the ball out to Mahrez. He's surrounded by red shirts, and it's El Nenny in the end that can come away with the ball. That was pretty good work there from Arsenal, actually, on the edge of their own penalty area. Lacazette's now got the ball deep inside the Arsenal half, plays it to Willock. Martinelli makes a great run. It's a great ball from Willock. Actually, the goalkeeper's out. Martinelli's going to get there. No, the goalkeeper come out well, but he's fell to Lacazette. Now it's in the centre circle with Willock, and Man City break that attack up. But that was a great ball actually from Willock. Some great movement off the ball from Martinelli. What a run that was. He's now injured actually, holding his right ankle as the goalkeeper come out. There seems to be something going on in the centre circle there. But that was a good break from Arsenal. Lacazette there found Willock. What a great movement that was there from Martinelli. It was onside. A lovely ball from Willock. Just maybe slightly too far ahead of him, and the goalkeeper came out quickly, got there first, and he had to as well. If Martinelli had got a touch on that ball, would have been a red card. The goalkeeper did catch him actually, but he did get the ball first. It wasn't a foul, but Martinelli's injured and he's not. This doesn't look good actually. The goalkeeper did catch him. I just hope it's not anything to do with the injury that he's just come back from, because that would be an absolute disaster. He looks in a lot of pain. I don't think this is good. I don't think Martinelli's going to be able to continue, and that could be really worrying, actually. Looks like an ankle. It's his right ankle, it looks like. He's in a lot of pain. I can't see him continuing in this game. Let's just hope it's not too serious. It was a lovely movement, actually, from him. What a great run that was. All the goalkeeper come out, he did catch him. The goalkeeper did get the ball. It was just a 50-50. They were both going for it, as you'd expect them to. Oh, and he's caught his ankle. That was nasty. It looks nasty. Let's hope it's not as bad as it looks, but he's in a lot of pain. I think his game's over. What a shame this is. He's only just come back from injury as well. He's had a great first half as well, Martinelli. Been the best player for us by an absolute mile. His work rate's been incredible. He set up the goal. But this does not look good at all. It's quite worrying, actually. It said there's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time, but there's going to be more than that now. Lacazette's come over and the treatments for him seems to have stopped. He's now getting slowly to his feet. Let's hope actually it's not as bad as it looks. His shin pad's gone round the back of his calf. He's now getting to his feet. Let's see how he is. I'm assuming they won't make any change until half time now. We are into stoppage time. I say 3 minutes came up. We've had a minute already, near enough. But Martinelli's been down for probably 3 minutes on his own. So there's going to be more stoppage time yet. Let's just hope it's not too serious. It would just sum up our luck, wouldn't it? We just get Martinelli back. He's had a great first half. Looks like he's the one player who can actually lift the team, set up a goal, and now it looks like he might well be injured again. But let's hope it's not as bad as it looks. He's still walking very gingerly on the side. He's now trying to have a hop and a jump. He wants to come back on. I'm sure he'll make it to half time, and then they'll assess him during the break. He's not moving at all well. We've got a free kick anyway on the centre circle. Mustafi takes it. Looking for Willock on this near side, but it's gone straight out for a goal kick. Martinelli now comes back on, but he's not. He's limping heavily. He's now trying to run, but I don't think he's going to come out for the second half. I've got to be honest. He's in a lot of pain still. We've played nearly 2 minutes of stoppage time. Martinelli's trying to run it off. Hopefully they can sort him out at half time, get him some more treatment, strap it up, and let's hope he can continue, because he's been fantastic in this first half. He's been the one player for me that's been a shining light in what's been a fairly abject Arsenal performance overall. But we are level at 1-1. So let's hope that we can push on in the second half. But it's going to be tough, isn't it, without Martinelli? I wonder if he'll bring Balogun on, or possibly Smith Rowe. Be interesting to see actually what substitution that he makes, if indeed he has to make one. But Gabriel's not moving at all. There's no way he's going to be able to continue in the second half. Just can't see how he's going to be able to at all. And that's really bad news. That actually really bad news, because he's basically He's standing on a halfway line at the moment. I think he's just waiting for half time so we can get off and hopefully get a little bit of treatment and see if he's able to continue. I think he's asking the referee how long to go. We've played the 3 minutes that was said, but I say the injury happened sort of just as we clicked into it, stoppage time. So I'm sure there'll be a little bit longer left yet, a minute or so. It's a long kick from an Arsenal there, looking for Lacazette, but he didn't even get off the ground. But we've won the ball again. It's a ball played over the top, looking for Joe Willock on this near side, but he's beaten to the ball by Laporte. And we've got a throw in at least on this near side, which Joe Willock, I think, is going to take himself, or is he going to leave it for Cedric Suarez? He's leaving it for Suarez. Comes back to Mustafi. Can Arsenal fashion another chance just before the break? But Mustafi falls backwards. He plays it back to Renarson, who's about 20 yards outside the penalty area. It's a long ball. In fact, it's Martinelli there. Goes for the header and it goes out. He did run after that ball, actually, which was good to see. But the half-time whistle's gone now. And it is 1-1 at the break. It was good to see Martinelli just chase after that ball there, actually. Maybe he's going to be okay. Let's hope so. Keep our fingers crossed during half-time that he's going to make the second half. It was his cross, of course, that led to the Lacazette goal, but it was a really poor start from Arsenal. Conceded a goal after a couple of minutes. The goalkeeper there didn't cover himself in glory at all. It was a cross from Zinchenko from the left-hand side. The goalkeeper just come and got it. He didn't. And Gabriel Jesus nipped in to score from close range. And we're all over the place for 20 minutes or 25 minutes. But Martinelli was the one player giving us hope. He was chasing down. He was being really aggressive, working really hard. And in the end, it was him that created the equaliser. He put in a cross on the left-hand side, first of all. The Manchester City goalkeeper only punched it clear. It fell to Ceballos on the edge of the area. He played it back to Martinelli. He got to the byline, a great run. Dinked a lovely ball in towards the 6-yard box, and Lacazette arrived. It was slightly behind him, the header, but he twisted his neck and headed into the corner. A great finish, actually. And a headed goal from one of our strikers, which, of course, is something that we've been crying out for with all these crosses that we've been putting in for the last few games. But that was good. It was a good goal. But unfortunately, the first half's been slightly overshadowed now by this injury to Martinelli just before half-time. He'd made a great run, actually, down the left-hand side. Joe Willock tried to pick him out of a ball over the top. The goalkeeper came out quickly, got there first, but he did catch Martinelli on the follow-through. And it does look like it could be a bad injury for Martinelli. But let's hope they can sort him out at half-time. But it is 1-1 at the break, and I suppose we've got to be pretty satisfied with that because it wasn't a particularly great performance from Arsenal overall. We had a couple of decent moments, but Man City have dominated this half, if we're honest. And a great save, actually, just before the injury to Martinelli. It was a great save from Renarson, from Gabriel Jesus. Again, it was good play from Man City on the edge of the penalty area between Mahrez and Jesus and Foden as well. A little flick through. Suddenly, Jesus is clean through on goal, but Renarson's out quickly, spread himself well, and made a good save. So it kind of made up for his earlier mistake. So it is 1-1, and I think we need to be reasonably satisfied with that because it could be a lot worse. And there's 45 minutes left. Let's see. Could go either way at the moment, couldn't it? I do think we need to play a little bit better. We've got some exciting people on the bench to come on. Just in case you missed it before, these are the two benches for this game tonight. So, we've got Balogun, Smith Rowe, Nketiah, Nicolas Pepe. So we've got a lot of attacking options, actually. Different to the last few weeks in the Premier League where we've got a lot of defenders on the bench. Man City, of course, have got Aguero to come on, Sterling as well. So they've got some attacking options later in the game as well if they need it. So, but we'll see. I mean, we've got some. I'd like to see, if Martinelli has to go off, I'd like to see Smith Rowe come on, but I've got a feeling it'll end up being Nketiah or possibly Pepe. But we'll see. Hopefully he can continue, but we'll see. Anyway, I am going to just briefly have a little break for a couple of minutes, go and get a drink and stuff like that. So stay tuned. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes for the second half, and hopefully we can improve our performance. Hopefully Martinelli's all right, and we can go on and hopefully get a result and get through to the semi-final. Hello, how you doing? I'm back again. Just had a little break there for half time. Let's hope that Martinelli's okay to continue because I thought he was our best player in that first half. I guess we would have taken 1-1, wouldn't we, at the start? That was my prediction actually from earlier on the show we did just before. I predicted 1-1. In fact, so did Ben. We both predicted 1-1 and penalties. And obviously, so far, it's certainly looking that way. But there's a long way to go still. 45 minutes plus a bit of stoppage time. So I'll be quite interested to see if Martinelli's back out actually. But we'll see what happens in a minute. And what do you think of the Christmas tree anyway? I thought I'd better do it for the last game before Christmas. I'll probably have it still up on Boxing Day for the Chelsea game, but if we lose that one, I might knock it down. But anyway, we shall see what happens in the second half. Teams are just coming out now. Just looking to see if there is a substitution or whether Martinelli is going to be fit for the second half. Really hope he is. So I thought he was brilliant in that first half for us. But no news as yet. So let's wait and see. Hopefully he's back. Yeah, so I've just been looking on social media there to see if there's any updates. I can't really find anything at the moment, but anyway, see, we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, won't we? The teams are out now, so we'll just find out. Obviously, if Martinelli has returned after that injury that he suffered just before half time. At least they would have had the break to have really given him some treatment, hopefully, patched him up, and let's hope he's all right to continue because I thought he was brilliant in that first half. But let's see. Arteta's back out again. Doesn't look very happy actually. Pep's just calmly sitting in his seat, and the second half's about to get underway. And yeah, Martinelli's still out there. Good, that's good news, isn't it? He's fit enough to resume. How long he can last, we'll have to wait and see. But the second half, we're just underway. The Arsenal now attacking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank end. For those that are familiar with the Emirates, so Man City are attacking the clock end, which of course would have been the end where their fans would have been if that was the case. But again, Man City coming at us right from the start of the second half, but Arsenal win the ball back and clear it up into the Manchester City half. Martinelli is moving a lot more freely now. So I'm not sure what magic spray they put on his ankle, but it definitely seems to have done the job. He seems to be moving a lot freer now in the second half, which is good news. He's now sprinting out to close down the ball over to his side. He's just beating in the tackle there, but again, he works so hard. I mean, incredible. And the ball's gone back to Renas, and again, that was down to the work of Martinelli. So Renas has currently got the ball. We've played, a minute of this second half. He's still 1-1. Renas now puts the ball down, and he looks like he's going to kick it long, which he does. Goes into the Man City half. Again, it was Martinelli underneath it and wins the second ball as well, and then chases down the defender. But the referee's given a free kick to Arsenal, I believe. Not quite sure why, but anyway, we'll take it. Just as in Pep Guardiola's managed against Arsenal 21 times. It's the most he's ever managed against one opponent, which is quite unusual, isn't it, when you think all the time he spent in Spain and Germany. But anyway, well, I suppose we did always draw against Barcelona and Bayern Munich in the Champions League as well, didn't we? But anyway, Arsenal taking that free kick too quickly, and Kolasinac just gave it away. But a little bit of a panic in the defence there for Manchester City goalkeeper as he was closed down by Lacazette, but he managed to clear the ball away. Dennis Ceballos, not quite sure what he was doing there, but he kicked it straight out for a throw-in, trying to do some fancy flick. Oh dear, Martinelli's just gone down again. I think that's going to be his lot, I'm afraid. Whatever the treatment they gave at half time, it wasn't quite enough, was it? And I think that's definitely going to be his lot now. He's gone down, and I think that's it. I don't think we will see him anymore in this game now, which is a real shame, isn't it? Just come back from it. Let's hope it's not that serious. Actually, he is hobbling off now. He's coming over. He's going to go off, and it's Pepe coming on to replace him. What a shame for the young lad. I say he was probably our best player actually as well. Just thinking what a great impact he was going to be making, how we could lift the team. But again, another player, a big important player for us, a bit like Thomas Partey, getting injured out of the team. And when things aren't going your way, when you're not having any luck, these are the sort of things that go against you. You know, we're scoring own goals, we're getting injuries to key players, and none of this is helping, is it? Yes, that's not the reason we're in. Well, that's not the only reason we're in the position that we're in, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? When you're doing well and you're winning games, you don't seem to suffer these problems. But when you're losing, it seems to happen quite a lot. We are cursed as a football. Well, we certainly seem to be cursed at this moment in time. This season, we seem to have been cursed, particularly with everything that's gone on in terms of players injured and what have you. That's a big blow, there, isn't it? Martinelli going off. I mean, let's just hope it's not a serious injury that's going to rule him out for a long time again. That would be typical. Let's hope he doesn't suffer from, the sort of bad run of injuries that people like Jack Wilshere suffered and Thomas Rosicky and people like that who were injured for a long period of their time at Arsenal. Let's hope that's not going to be the case with him because he's going to be a great player, isn't he? Let's hope injuries don't stop his progress. But anyway, Arsenal now got a throw on this near side, left-hand side. Kolasinac is going to take it. It's about in line with the penalty area. Aguero's warming up for Man City currently. He's another player that's had a few injury problems, isn't he, this season? Isn't just us that's suffering, I suppose, but I suppose we feel it worse, don't we? Maitland-Niles is battling for the ball there and Kolasinac as well, but Man City come away with it. But Gabriel lets it run past him and then commits a foul. Does he know the referee? Yeah, he does. The referee has given it as a foul. He's actually dyed his hair, Gabriel. I just realised. Which, probably the least said about that, the better, if I'm honest. See, Aguero's warming up. I don't think it'll be long until we see him coming on. We've had 5 minutes of the second half so far. Of course, Arsenal had to make that one false change with Nicolas Pepe coming on for Martinelli. Of course, got that bad ankle injury just before half time. He did come out for the second half, but he wasn't able to play his first run. That was it, and he was done. We've now got a throw in on this near side. Kolasinac is going to take it midway inside the Arsenal half. Finds Danny Ceballos. And we've won another throw in. No, we haven't. It's gone to Man City. And they look to move the ball quickly this time. It was a header clear there from Mustafi. Got quite from Kolasinac. Sorry, got quite a lot of distance on that. It now falls to Nicolas Pepe getting his first involvement. And now Mustafi's got the ball, plays it to Cedric Suarez on the far side. Plays the ball into space there for Lacazette, who's got him behind him briefly. Can he get there? He can. Does well there. Lacazette actually holds off the defender, Laporte, but he finds Pepe and then gets it back over on right over the far touchline. Arsenal's trying to maybe be a bit too clever there. The referee has given a free kick to Manchester City. We were closed down really quickly, actually. There was a lot of space there, and we managed to work the ball between Lacazette and Pepe, but Man City closed us down in the end. I think it was Lacazette gave away the free kick, and now Manchester City can build from the back again, as they're good at doing, of course, as we know. Ball's now played to this far side with Zinchenko. Of course, he set up their goal, didn't he, early on in this game. Seems like a long time ago now, actually, but we're still in it. It's 1-1. Let's see if we can create a few more problems for Man City in the second half than we did in the first half. But Arsenal won the ball back well there, and now it's Pepe trying to get clear down his right hand side, but that was too easy. Rodri just took the ball off him. And Man City again with possession, comfortable possession, just inside the Arsenal half. In the centre circle now is for Rodri. That's a nice ball actually into a little pocket of space. It's come to Mahrez on the edge of the box. He tries to trick his way through, and that's a free kick given away by Gabriel. I didn't think it was actually. Thought he won the ball. Mahrez fell over. It's going to be a free kick on the edge of the box to Manchester City. Actually, yeah, it probably was a free kick. Actually, it's right on the edge of the box. It's going to be a difficult one to get over and down around the walls. Zinchenko's over it. Mahrez is over it. Let's see what if we can defend this. The last one they had in the first half, of course, hit the wall, didn't it? But it looks like Mahrez is over this one. I think Mahrez is probably going to take it. He's having a little conversation there with Bernardo Silva. And the others walk away, so it's definitely going to be Mahrez to take this. Renarson got his wall right last time, but Man City have built a 4-man wall just in front of our wall. We're no doubt all going to move out of the way. That's where Mahrez is going to hit this. Maitland-Niles is crouching down behind our wall again like he did at Everton before at the weekend, if you remember. But Mahrez takes a free kick. Oh, it's gone straight through the goalkeeper. Another mistake. Man City lead 2-1. Dreadful mistake again by the goalkeeper, Renarson. He made that one great save, but he's basically been at fault for both the Man City goals. The free kick went straight through the wall, went straight through Renarson's hands. Very, very poor goalkeeping that was. That was dreadful, actually. And as Kevin says there, it's a shocker. It is a shocker. I thought he may have recovered a bit of confidence after that save he made in the first half, but obviously not. That was dreadful goalkeeping. And I can just imagine now some of the comments that will be going on Twitter about a certain other goalkeeper that we no longer have at the club. He does look shy, to be fair. I totally agree, but he did make that good save, didn't he? So, you know, he's a young lad, isn't he? Let's not try and be too harsh on him. He is a young lad, and he's got a lot of learning to do. But I guess he's only going to get experience by playing in games like this. But yeah, that's two terrible mistakes for both goals. And yeah, I feel a bit sorry for the young lad, actually. I was saying earlier, actually, on the show, I don't know if you watched the pre-match show, but saying about how very rarely it is goalkeepers play badly against us. The opposition goalkeepers very rarely have a shocker. And it's this time it's our goalkeeper that's had a shocker, but anyway. We've still got plenty of time to get back in. We did get back in it in the first half, didn't we? Let's see if we can do it again. Obviously, the team that doesn't score goals, it's going to be really hard, isn't it, to try and get a second goal, especially without Martinelli on the pitch anymore. He's going to remember that for a while. He is, and I think everybody's going to remember it for a while, unfortunately. Yeah, it was terrible. You know, you could understand it if it was a good free kick. It wasn't. It was straight at him. And he just went straight through his hands and tried to, I don't know what he tried to do with it. He just went straight through. But anyway, Arsenal have a free kick about 5 yards inside from the touchline. Russ says, bring back Almunia. I don't know about bring back Almunia. Jesus. I don't know if he was much better, was he? But anyway. But let's see how we can respond to this. We do seem to have showed a little bit more intensity, actually, since that goal. We started the second half quite slowly as we had in the first half, and now Maitland-Niles has got the ball. He's holding it up well, actually, on this near side into Kolasinac, plays it inside to Elneny. This is not a bad little bit of play, actually. Pepe switched it out. We're now going over to the right-hand side with Cedric Suarez. Man City have got everyone's behind the ball. Now with Gabriel inside the centre circle, plays it out to this left-hand side with Joe Willock tries to thread the ball through to Maitland-Niles. He's come instead to Kolasinac on the edge of the penalty area. He cuts inside, looking for a bit of support. He's got it in Danny Ceballos and gets the ball back. Can he deliver a cross? Instead, he plays it back into Danny Ceballos. Maitland-Niles there, tried to play him back in a 1-2, but Man City clear it away. But this is slightly better from Arsenal. Again, this is a much better intensity to our play since we conceded that second goal. The ball's now back with Renarson again. Plays it out to the far side to Cedric Suarez. That was a better ball. Cedric Suarez tried to play a 1-2 with Pepe, but Pepe's header wasn't very good back to him, and Man City have now won possession, and Pepe's just conceded a free kick over on that far side. But that was a little bit of a better spell from Arsenal there. Quite a good little move. We couldn't quite get that final ball right. Danny Ceballos tried to play a 1-2. It didn't quite come off. And Man City were able to get it away. But that was a little bit better. If we keep doing that, we might well get 1 or 2 chances to get back in this game and keep our Carabao Cup hopes alive. We're coming forward again now. Again, it's Danny Ceballos. He's not had a bad game, actually, if we're honest. He tried to play the ball through to Lacazette, but it hit Joe Willock. And Man City can now break with Fernandinho. There's a nice little bit of play again from Man City. Ball played into the middle. The goalkeeper comes out. And it's another goal for Man City. Phil Foden. And that is it. We are out of the cup. There's no coming back from this now. Again, I didn't think the goalkeeper covered himself in a lot of glory there. It was just a quick breakaway from Man City after Danny Ceballos' ball had hit Joe Willock. And Fernandinho broke through from midfield, played the ball out to the far side with Zinchenko, I think it was. He got a 1-2. Oh, it looks offside. He actually looks offside. It's Phil Foden with the goal. He actually looks offside. And for once, we need VAR to save us, and it's not there. Renarson was slow coming out, and he got chipped quite easily there. I mean, it was a nice finish from Foden, but he looks offside. It's not going to be given as offside. Obviously, no VAR in the Carabao Cup. The goal stands. It's 3-1, and this could end up anything now. I think our heads are going to drop, and I think this might be this. But again, you see an offside goal when things aren't going your way. This is what happens. But Arsenal are looking to break forward there. Pepe showed far too much of that ball there to Laporte, I think it was. We've got the tackle in. It's a shame because since the second goal, we'd started to show a little bit more intensity to our play. We'd had 1 or 2 little opportunities, well, not opportunities to score, but a few little moments of good passing and movement. And then that happens. 1 breakaway and a goal conceded. But anyway, let's see if we can respond quickly, because if we can get a goal back, Pepe then links up with Lacazette down this right-hand side. Lacazette does quite well there. Finds Pepe again. Wasn't a great pass back to him, but we keep possession. Just slowed this whole attack down now. And Man City have got everybody back behind the ball. Mustafi then finds Danny Ceballos. Plays it into Joe Willock. He's got Kolasinac. That's a good ball. Can Kolasinac deliver? Oh, he fizzed it into the 6-yard box, and it was desperately defended there from Laporte. It's gone behind, I think, for a corner. That was a decent ball there from Kolasinac, actually. Willock put him in down the left-hand side, and he drilled the ball across the 6-yard box at pace. There was no Arsenal player in there, but in actual fact, that didn't really matter too much because we've got a corner out of it anyway, which might be a better opportunity anyway. Game's over. What should we talk about now? Well, I don't know if it's over yet. I mean, it looks like it probably is, but there is still half an hour to play, and we've still got Smith Rowe and Balogun to come on, of course, which Arteta's bound to throw them on with at least 5 minutes to go. So we'll have that to talk about for the last 5 minutes, I suppose. Or we could talk about Newcastle getting knocked out by a championship team. I suppose that's something we could talk about. At least it's Man City, the holders, the 3-time holders that are knocking us out. I suppose, things could be worse. But we've been the architects of our own downfall again, haven't we? With mistakes. the first 2 goals were goalkeeping mistakes. Like even the third goal, you could say it's a bit of a goalkeeping mistake as well, really. But it's when things aren't going your way. What was all that about yesterday with all them percentages? I would say at the start of every game, every team, you've got at least a 50% chance of winning when there's only 2 teams playing. That's what football is, isn't it? You've got a 50% chance before you start. And if you play well, then that chance should increase. But you're not going to know that before the game starts, are you? So I didn't quite understand what all these percentages were about. Kind of sums up Arteta for me. He doesn't seem to understand the players and football, which is a surprise since he was a good player. It seems all about statistics and about stuff like that. That's all he seems to be focused on. And it's just, I don't know. I don't think that's what we need. But yeah, I didn't understand any of that, to be honest. Yesterday, it made me scratch my head and think, what on earth is he doing? What on earth is he going on about? And how on earth has he got this job? I mean, I do like the guy and I do want him to succeed, but I'm starting to feel as though it's not going to be possible. Yes, the players aren't good enough, a lot of them. There's a few in the team tonight that maybe you'd have thought would have been desperate to prove a point, having not really been playing that much. And they haven't really stepped up, have they? And yes, we had the injury to Martinelli. That's been a big turning point in this game, but we've not been good enough, have we, overall? Man City have been the better side throughout. There's no denying that they fully deserve their lead, even though all 3 goals have been very poor from our point of view. And against a decent team like Man City, you can't afford to give away goals like this. But anyway, Man City can't afford again. Down this near side, a ball played into the box. And it was well defended, actually, by Mustafi, I think it was. And then Gabriel, Danny Ceballos actually takes it off. Bernardo Silva does well there, Danny Ceballos. So I think he's played well, actually, Danny Ceballos, to be fair. And I think he was fouled there by Bernardo Silva, obviously trying to win the ball back after he got it taken off him. And he's now going to get a yellow card, probably fully deserved as well. But he did well there, Danny Ceballos, again. I think he's had a decent enough game, but that wasn't a very nice chase at all from behind from Bernardo Silva. Looked like a little bit of revenge there because he just lost the ball to him just before. Anyway, he's got a yellow card. And Arsenal have got a free kick. Arsenal's now got the ball. Plays it square to Gabriel on his near side. And he nearly trips over the ball, but he then plays a long ball, which is won by Man City under no pressure whatsoever. And we've won ourselves a free kick again from Danny Ceballos. We need a goal, don't we? So Smith Rowe's coming on. Fantastic. 65 minutes gone. Emil Smith Rowe is coming on for El Neni. So Arteta's actually going for it a little bit now. Unusually for Arteta making an attacking substitution this early in the game. It's a great opportunity for Smith Rowe, isn't it? To see what he can do, against a really good opposition as well. He's done well, hasn't he, in the Europa League, not only this season but previously as well. Let's see if he can step up in a big game against a good opposition. Let's see what he can do. Really looking forward to seeing how he does in these last 25 minutes or so. We need to get him on the ball and let's see what he can do. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be honest and say that if we get to March and Leno gets an injury like he did last year and he's out for the last 10 games and we're in a similar position in the league that we're in now, we will get relegated with this goalkeeper. I've got absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever. And it is a worry. Yeah, I do think we would. But let's hope Leno doesn't get injured, because if that happens this year, we're certainly not going to get away with it in the way that we did last season. Imagine if he has to play the last 10, 11 league games, this Renarsson, and we are in the bottom 4 or 5 at that point in the season. We're not scoring goals. That would be a big worry. I agree. I mean, what a mess this club's in. is that the best goalkeeper we could have got? Just unbelievable. I mean, he might turn out to be good in the end, mightn't he? You know, the evidence hasn't quite been there so far. Say a couple of Europa League games, he looked pretty shaky, and I mean, this tonight has been an absolute horror show for the poor lad. But let's see if he's got any character about him. But this is a bit better from Arsenal now. Willock does well there, finds Klasnets on his left-hand side. He's moving in field, finds Smith Rowe. It's his first real touch. Just lays a simple ball off to Willock. Danny Ceballos plays it out to the right-hand side to Cedric Suarez. Smith Rowe there was looking for an easy option. He was available. He didn't get the ball. Smith Rowe again found himself in a little pocket of space. Turns it to Man City. That's a great ball to Lacazette. Oh, he shoots into the side net, and a cross would have been the better option there. Surely he was far too wide to try a shot. But Smith Rowe there showed his quality there already there. Found himself in a little pocket of space just outside the box. Threaded a lovely ball through to Lacazette. He's got to pull that back. But that was lovely from Smith Rowe. Absolutely fantastic little pass that was. Lacazette didn't really show any awareness at all. He was literally looking for goal. Not that there was a lot of options in the box, if you're honest, but you've got to put that across the box. But brilliant play from Smith Rowe. Absolutely brilliant. Let's hope we can keep this going. I say if we can score in the next 5 or 10 minutes, then at least we'll have something to go at the end of this game. But this is a lot better now from Arsenal. At least we're putting Man City under a bit more pressure. But again, the final ball's not quite there, is it? Gabriel and Mahrez then are having a little tussle, and Gabriel shows good strength. He's won a free kick. Mahrez was pulling his shirt. And it's going to be a substitution for Man City now. It's Bernardo Silva going off. He's not really done that. He's not had much influence on this game, actually, has he? Bernardo Silva. And he's going off. And he's replaced by Torres, of course, who's a forward, isn't he? So I suppose it's almost a like for like, maybe. I think Torres is more of a kind of a striker, isn't he? Whereas Bernardo plays more, sort of attacking midfield role. So, so Man City certainly aren't resting on their laurels and sitting back, are they? They're still putting on more of an attacking threat to try to kill this game off for good, maybe. I don't know how long he might leave it to bring Balogun on. You need a goal, and you've got a goal scorer sitting on the bench. Be desperate for a chance, wouldn't he, at this level? He certainly can't do any worse than Lacazette. I know Lacazette scored the goal tonight, and it was a well-taken goal as well, but let's face it, overall, he's not done enough, has he? Anyway, Kolasinac is coming forward down his left-hand side, finds Lacazette, who actually holds the ball up quite well, and then finds Smith Rowe. I really want to see Smith Rowe playing a lot more over the second half of this season. I think he deserves an opportunity. He has got a little bit of something about him, hasn't he? So Kolasinac then plays it into Lacazette and then gets it back, but what's happened here? Was Kolasinac offside? That linesman was certainly awake to offsides, unlike the one on the other side of the pitch for the third goal. It looks like Aguero's coming on. So another attacking substitution from Pep. He's not messing about, is he? I'm assuming he'll just replace Jesus, who of course scored that opening goal after just 2 minutes of this game. And Man City now looking fairly comfortable. Mahrez now running at Gabriel. Actually, Gabriel done well there. It's a corner. He looked like he'd lost his footing, actually, but he recovered and managed to just knock the ball out for a corner. Mahrez tried to step over. Actually, it was handball. Came off Gabriel's arm, actually. So maybe we've got away with one there. That maybe should have been a penalty. With VAR would have probably gave that as a penalty. So the goal that would have been disallowed for offside probably made up for it there, perhaps. But Anyway, here's a corner to Man City. It's their 5th corner of the game. We're down to the final 18 minutes. If we're going to save our cup dreams in this game, we're going to have to score a goal soon. But it looks like it's a 4-1. Another simple goal from Man City. I think it's Laporte got the goal. And if it wasn't over before, it certainly is now. Simple ball, defence asleep. And it really is as easy as that. Yeah, it was Laporte. Yeah, it is embarrassing. Yeah, the whole state of this club's embarrassing, actually. At this moment in time, I mean, Man City are a good side, and even though they've rested a few players, they've still got a very, very good squad. Let's be honest and let's look at it that way. But this has been a quite dreadful performance of Arsenal from start to finish, from going a goal down inside the first 2 minutes. We've never really recovered. Now Aguero's coming on. He always scores against us. He has replaced Jesus as we expected he would. It's just now a matter of, is there enough time for Aguero to get his goal, his customary goal against us? Has he got enough time to do that? No doubt he will have, just to rub salt into the wounds. Yeah, I mean, it's just a comedy of errors, really, isn't it? Nobody's taking responsibility in the team. The only player who was, unfortunately, has had to go off. And that was, of course, Martinelli, the only one who's really taken any responsibility. A 19-year-old kid. Just sums up the state of this club at the moment, really, doesn't it? So, yeah, 16 minutes of normal time remaining. Really, they might as well just finish the game now. But Smith Rowe now is coming forward down the far side. It's a dink cross, but it's going to be too near the goalkeeper. And he easily picks it up. He might as well throw Balogun on now, mightn't he, for all the difference it's going to make. Just we've got nothing going for. In fact, I think Balogun is coming. I've just seen him coming on. He's going to score a hat trick now, isn't he? And it's going to finish 4-4, and we'll win on penalties. And then Arteta will take massive credit for making that substitution. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We've had a little slight glimpse of a brighter future with Martinelli's performance. Maybe we'll get another one now with Balogun's performance. No, we don't have a leader on the pitch. We don't. I suppose the natural one is David Luiz. Of course, he isn't playing tonight, and there seems to be rumours going on behind the scenes about him. But he's the only one who seems like a natural leader, really. The rest of them, I suppose, maybe Gabriel in a few years' time, maybe. I think he's still a bit too young yet, isn't he? But again, he's played okay. He's looked a little bit shaky at times when he's been put under pressure. But he is a young player, isn't he? So what would you expect? But yeah, it's not great. It's not been great, has it? And this game kind of sums up the season in a lot of ways, doesn't it? We're lacking in so many different areas of the team, and yeah, Man City are making another substitution. It's Kyle Walker's coming on, and he's replacing Rodrigo. Not sure if they're going to change the shape of their team slightly. And Balogun is coming on for Lacazette, which is good to see. Lacazette got his goal, I suppose, but overall, another fairly abject performance. Let's hope Balogun can make a big impression. Balogun and Smith Rowe are two players that we really want to see getting more minutes in the Premier League. So they've got an opportunity now in these last 15 minutes or so to try and make an impression. Smith Rowe's already done a couple of nice touches, played a nice ball through to Lacazette. So let's see if we can get Balogun in this game and see if he can get a goal for us as well. Just to maybe show that maybe there is some hope for the future with some of these players, some of these young players at the club. Of course, we still need to sort out the Balogun contract, don't we? But looking at the way we plan at the moment, not a lot really to make him want to stay. But anyway, Let's see what happens in these last 13, 14 minutes or so. Balogun there closing down Laporte, Smith Rowe. It looks like we've got a front three of Pepe, Smith Rowe, and Balogun. Slightly more adventurous front three than we've maybe played in the Premier League. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't see what manager we could get in at this moment in time that's going to be able to do anything with a lot of these players. Yes, Arteta's made mistakes. Arteta hasn't maybe thrown the young players in often enough in the Premier League games to see what they can do. He hasn't done that enough for me. But realistically, you look at the players that we've got. I don't see. There's not many managers out there that I think could get these playing any better than what maybe they are. I just think that Arteta maybe got the maximum he could out of a lot of them last season when we won the FA Cup, and for some reason or other this season, I think there's issues going on behind the scenes. I don't think Arteta's the biggest problem that we've got. He is a problem, but I don't think he's the biggest problem. And unless we sort the other problems out, I'm not sure that changing manager again is going to be the answer. I mean, we got rid of Emery when we were probably in a better position. Because he wasn't getting a tune out of these players. We've got Arteta in, and he can't get a tune out of these players. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. I think, like many Arsenal fans, I really, really want Arteta to succeed, and I've been desperate for him to succeed. And maybe we're clinging on to that a little bit too much. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure if changing the manager is going to really be the answer, if I'm honest. I think the next summer is going to be a big summer when we can get a lot of these players out of the club, out of contract, and get them off the wage bill, and then maybe try to rebuild from there. And whether that's with Arteta or with somebody else, the club clearly needs a rebuild, doesn't it? The playing staff needs completely overhauling. You know, I would say, looking at the squad, I do feel as though the squad is underachieving in the league. I think with the players that we've got, we should be certainly in the top half of the table, shouldn't we? If not a bit higher. But we realistically we could get rid of 8 or 9 of the squad of this squad, and we need to replace them with slightly better quality players, don't we? We need to give some of the young players more of an opportunity, and see where we go. I mean, we have been unfortunate with some injuries. Thomas Partey just come into the team, gets injured. Gabriel Martinelli just back in the team, gets injured. And it's unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, Aubameyang's currently injured. Yes, he's not been playing that well anyway. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I think maybe this season, I mean, it's looking like a bit of a write-off anyway, isn't it? You know, this cup's gone now. The Europa League, I can't see us winning that, if I'm totally honest. And are we ready to be in the Champions League anyway with this group of players? I probably don't think we are. But this is a nice little attack. Smith Rowe plays in Kolasinac, and we win. Oh, it's a goal kick off Kolasinac. I thought it was a corner. But Smith Rowe again with a nice little pass. But yeah, I think we need to get rid of all these players at the end of the season that are out of contract, clear the wage bill out, and rebuild and go again. And to be honest, I don't really care who the manager is. I've never been, you know, it seemed like when Arsene Wenger was there was Wenger in or Wenger out. I wasn't either. And I wasn't Emery in or Emery out, particularly. Yes, I didn't think Emery was the right man for the club. And I'm certainly not Arteta in or Arteta out. I don't really care who the manager is. I just want to see better performances from the team and better players on the pitch representing Arsenal at the end of the day. And that's what I want to see happen, whoever the manager is. If it's Arteta, fantastic. If Arteta is able to rebuild during the summer, we get better players next season, and we've got a better team that's more enjoyable to watch. Happy days. If Arteta isn't going to be the man to do that, then we'll get someone else, and that's it. You know, I know the manager isn't necessarily the biggest issue that we've got. So yeah, I don't know. We're in a mess. The club's in a mess. And unfortunately, Arteta is going to take the brunt of that because he's the manager. He's picking the team and he's coaching the players. and this is the sort of performances that we're regularly having to put up with. So yeah, but I don't know. I really don't know. It's so difficult at the moment. It's hard to know where to start with it all. Um, yeah, it's been dreadful again. Actually, I've got to be honest. This performance has been dreadful. You know, Man City now just nice and comfortable, knocking the ball around. We don't seem asked anymore. Um, I think a couple of younger players maybe are still bothered. Smith Rowe seems to be wanting the ball a lot. He's not getting it much. Willock is wanting the ball but not good enough. And Balogun's not really had an opportunity. Man City are breaking away now. It's a 4-against-3. Actually, that was great from Gabriel there. It was briefly a 4-against-3 in Man City's favour. I thought they were going to get a fifth goal. I can't remember last time we conceded 5 at home, actually. In fact, I'm trying to think now. The last time we conceded 5 at home. I'm sure somehow Bayern Munich probably in the Champions League. And I'm sure we had 10 men that night, didn't we? I think was it Koscielny got sent off. But anyway, we just lost the ball again. Man City coming forward again in numbers. It's Mahrez on this near side. Looked like he was going to go inside and Curler shot him, but we read it well. And it's gone out for a goal kick. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if Man City did score another goal. But again, they're 3 goals ahead at the Emirates, which has been a regular theme in recent times, hasn't it? Losing is normally 3-0. This is 4-1, but it's the same result, the same outcome, and the same abject performance from Arsenal. But we come forward again. Balogun now has done well actually. He's now running at the Man City defence. He's got everybody in front of him. Nice little ball play through there to Pepe. Pepe gets it onto his left foot. Curls a shot wide. Balogun did well there though in the build up to that. That was good play from Balogun actually. Held off the defender well. Pepe tried to do his normal kind of curled finish of his left foot from the right hand side, just outside the penalty area, but he didn't get that one right. And it curled wide. He seems more interested in watching a replay on the screen than concentrating on the game. But anyway. So there's 5 minutes to go of normal time. They might as well just blow the whistle now. Let's be honest. It's not making any difference, is it? It might stop Man City from scoring another goal, which would add to our humiliation, really. But yeah, I suppose it is what it is. I suppose at the start of the season, if you was looking at it, the Carabao Cup would have been 4th on our list of priorities. It's just that with the way the league season had gone, I just kind of fancied a little cup run just to give us something to be excited about for a change. But unfortunately, it's not to be. Of course, the FA Cup starts, doesn't it, in a couple of weeks' time? Quite a difficult game, mainly because we're at home, not because it's Newcastle, because they're not very good either, but we're at home and we just can't seem to win at home, can we? It's ridiculous. Well, there'd certainly be more pressure building up because of the reaction from the crowd. I agree with that, Russ, definitely. I mean, when was the last time we won at home in a domestic game? Obviously in the Premier League or obviously in the Cup. I mean, it's got to be Sheffield United game, isn't it? Which was when? At the beginning of October. So that's like, nearly 3 months ago. It's not good enough. It isn't good enough. And yeah, if the fans are in the stadium, the booing and stuff like that would put a lot more pressure on the board. And maybe that didn't help Emery, did it, at the time last year? The reaction of the crowd, and maybe that would have been the case. But even so, whether the crowd are in or not, the results are still the same. We're still losing games at home. We're still lacking ideas. We're lacking belief. We're lacking quality. Maitland-Niles has just been robbed of the ball again. Here we go. This is going to be a 5th goal for Man City. Of this, I have not much doubt. Oh, thank God for that. There's a finish there from Zinchenko from the edge of the box. A wild shot that went miles over the bar. But again, just poor, giving the ball away. I think Kevin said it earlier about it looked like a first team against the reserves. looks like under 15s against under 7s is what it looks like. And yeah, it's just not good enough. Not good enough at all. It's difficult to know what to make of it all, really, isn't it? You have to say now we've got 3 massive Premier League games coming up, haven't we? Over between Christmas and New Year, starting on Boxing Day against Chelsea. And then, of course, it's the 2 relegation games, isn't it? As I said, Brighton and West Brom. If we don't win any of them 3 games, then I do feel that's going to be it for Arteta. I don't feel that the club would have any other choice if we don't win any of them next 3 games in the Premier League. And at the moment, you're looking at this and you're thinking, where's the win coming from? I can't see how we can win. Honestly, I can't see where that win will come from. I just cannot see it. The only hope we've got maybe is if Arteta throws some of these young players in and see, because it certainly can't be any worse, can it? You know, I would be tempted to give Smith Rowe a bit of a run in these next games, give Balogun a bit of a run. Obviously, Martinelli looks like he's probably going to be out, which is a shame because looked like he was just on his way back. But yeah, it's been pretty disappointing, I've got to be honest. But anyway, let's have a look. Just looking for a bit of social media, see what the general feeling is. But Renarson's actually trending on Twitter, so that's so yeah, I think that's quite good, isn't it? But anyway, we're into the final minute at normal time. It is still 4-1 to Manchester City, and it's been kind of another disastrous performance from Arsenal. 1 shot on target we've had, which was the goal. So at least we've had 100% conversion rate, which is quite unusual for us because normally it takes us at least 3 shots to score a goal, which is normally all that we manage to get in a game. Anyway, Denis Ceballos now plays it into the penalty area. Again, it's a poor ball, not really much movement anywhere in front of him. This game ended as a contest quite a long time ago, if we're honest, didn't it? It's been really, really, really comfortable for Manchester City. Just going to hold up how many minutes of stoppage time there's going to be. I'm assuming it'll probably be 4, but they might as well not bother playing any because it's a complete waste of time. It's not like goal difference counts or anything like that, does it? Mahrez is coming into the box. Oh, another save from Renarson. Down to his left-hand side. Mahrez' shot there was going to sneak in at the near post. That might make him feel a little bit better, but it doesn't really make us feel better. But at least he saved that one. So, I suppose it's better than nothing. Of course, he did make that good save, didn't he, from Jesus in the first half when it was still 1-1 and we were still dreaming of a possible semi-final. But that does seem like a long time ago as well now, doesn't it? With everything that's happened in the intervening period. But anyway, it's going to be 2 minutes stoppage time, actually. I think they kind of just felt sorry for us, really. Don't bother putting 4 or 5 up. Just put the 1 up and be done. 2, sorry. Put 2 up and just get it over with. Cedric Suarez down this right-hand side, plays it in to Pepe inside the penalty area. He does well, actually. And it's a good save by the City goalkeeper. We couldn't even score there when it didn't matter. Which is probably just as well, actually, because I can't even be asked if we score or not. But yeah, it's been poor. Very, very poor. So I think these next 3 games now over Christmas between Christmas and New Year rather, they're going to be the games that's going to decide whether Arteta makes it into January or not. I think if we don't win any of these next 3 games, particularly if we were to lose to either Brighton or West Brom, I think that's it. I'm not saying necessarily it's what I would do or what I want, but I don't think there's any choice. And there we go. The final whistle's gone. It's finished. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 4. I don't think there was any doubt about that really from the first minute or 2 minutes when Man City scored. We briefly raised our hopes, didn't we, with that equaliser from Lacazette. Great first half performance from Gabriel Martinelli was about the only bright spot, and then he got injured just before half time. Just a challenge with the goalkeeper, and he tried to start the second half. He made about 5 minutes, and his first challenge that he had, that was it. He was gone, and that was it. Some poor goalkeeping from Renarsson for at least 3 of the goals he should have saved. He did make a great save from Jesus in between all that, but ultimately it's been a very, very poor performance all round from Arsenal again. We just look miles and miles and miles away from what we want us to be or what we expected us to be doing this season. Arteta's obviously on his final legs now, isn't he? He's only got, well, I'd say I think the next 3 games, and that'll be it. Unless we start turning this around, unless he we produce some better performances and some results, it's gonna be all over for him, isn't it? And yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's embarrassing, isn't it? We are in relegation trouble. There's no doubt about that, and we can't even have a nice cup run to look forward to either, can we? It's very distressing. It's very disappointing, and yeah, we're out of the Carabao Cup, and Tottenham are still in it, which makes it even worse. They're, of course, playing tomorrow. Yeah, he looks broken, doesn't he? I thought that a week or so ago. I think when we lost to Burnley. I don't think he'll walk away. I really don't think he will. But yeah, I think he's not long off now, is he? I don't think he's got long left, if you're honest. And I say the next 3 games are probably going to push that through a little bit quicker if we don't turn this around and start getting some results. Which, let's be honest, I don't think any of us can see us doing. We just don't look like we're going to be able to, do we? Let's be totally honest about it. It's very, very poor, and I suppose our only hope of avoiding relegation might well be if, as expected, the country goes into another lockdown in the new year. Maybe they might have to stop the football as they did last season. Of course, with so many games left, they might just have to do points per game or something, and we might survive. And we'll see. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, he looks broken, but I still don't think he'll resign. I actually don't. I really don't. I don't think he will. I don't know. I really don't know. Clearly, things have to change. Something has to change. Whatever that something is, I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't know. I don't know. It's very, very difficult times, isn't it? I don't think Arteta is the main issue, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, and we just have to see what the next couple of weeks brings, and see. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this show up now because I am just about to go on Manchester City Fan TV on their show with Ray to talk about this, so that'll be fun. So nip over to there. It'll be on YouTube in a minute. City Fan TV is the channel. So maybe pop over there and we'll have a discussion about the game. There's a couple of other Arsenal fans on there as well. I'm sure Ray will be delighted. Man City have gone through, but yeah, so I'll be over there in the next few minutes. So nip over there and watch that. Thanks to everyone for watching. Russ and Kevin for keeping me entertained through the second half, in particular when it was getting a bit distressing. Mark was in earlier as well. So thanks for all you guys for watching. Thanks for the support of the channel. I will at some point tomorrow hopefully do a review video of this game if I can muster the will to do it. And of course, I will be doing a preview of the Chelsea game as well, which I'll probably record on Christmas Eve and release that maybe Christmas Eve. I might release it Christmas Day. I won't record it on Christmas Day. Free Rafa short term. It's an option, I guess. It is an option, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what the answer is. I've got to be honest. I don't know what the answer is. All I do know is that this is not going to change as things are. Something needs to change, whether it's the manager, whether it's behind the scenes, the players. Things need to change. You know, we can't carry on like this. And I do feel as though it's just a matter of time now. Let's see what these next 3 games over Christmas bring. If they don't bring any more than 4 points, if we get less than 4 points from these games, I think that might be it. Particularly if we lose to either Brighton or West Brom. I mean, Brighton always tend to beat us, don't they? Let's see. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying what I say for joining in the chat as well. Kevin and Russ in particular for helping me get through that difficult second half. I will be back for a watch along at the Chelsea game as well on Boxing Day. More punishment. But maybe a bit of Christmas turkey and Christmas pudding might buck our ideas up and we might turn in a performance, but I'm not expecting it. I'm expecting another defeat. But anyway, I'll be here to do another watch along and I am going to try and keep the channel positive as much as we can. I know it's very difficult at the moment, but anyway. But yeah, so thanks for all you guys for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I will be back with a review video tomorrow. So I am nipping onto City Fan TV now. So pop across there if you want as well and watch Ray absolutely rip us to bits as we fully deserve. So thanks for watching and stay tuned to the channel. Lots coming up. And in the meantime, of course, come on, you Gunners. Come on. Don't always be this crap, please.